Hello, everybody. This is Mighty Moon Medicine here. Josie Moon. Let's talk some astrology. Let's talk about what is going on right now. I want to touch upon Uranus coming into Gemini because obviously it is a huge deal. And we have just moved through Uranus in Taurus since 2018. If you have strong Taurus placements, you felt this the most. We all went through this incredible dismantling of our our very, vessel and body and values and self-worth, because this is Taurus. Everybody went through it on some level, but if you have strong Taurus, then this definitely especially rocked you. So what I want to thread together, because astrology is evolutionary. It's not just one thing happens and then the next thing happens and there's no correlation. There is an evolutionary process with astrology. And so when Uranus leaves Taurus, which he did this weekend, the 25th, 26th, today is the 27th that I'm filming this, and moving into Gemini, it's about understanding our journey in Taurus with Uranus to better ride this new journey of Uranus in Gemini. Now, mind you, Uranus is electricity. Uranus is a powerful punch that likes to move fast. When he was in Taurus, this was jarring because Taurus is a fixed earth sign that loves comfort and stability. So Uranus moving through Taurus was incredibly unstable, destabilizing, right? It's like earthquakes and the bull being rocked and not liking getting moved. So that felt really hard, really hard. Mind you, what happens at the end of it, where you're at now, as opposed to where you were in 2018, I'm sure you're grateful. I'm grateful. I could bow to Uranus because of the journey that I have been on from where I was in 2018 to where I am now. Different reality. So it's about remembering what we learned in this transit, during this transit. What did we fortify? And yes, I'm going to get into Uranus and Gemini and what this is going to look like, but we have to understand what happened with Uranus in Taurus and understand, in order to understand our thriving and what it will be like while we have Uranus and Gemini. So what was stabilized for you during Uranus and Taurus? What got reshaped in your self-worth, in your values, in what you stand for, in your self-love, in your relationship to your body, in your relationship to the way that you care for your vessel, in your relationship to the earth, to the trees, to getting your bare feet on the ground. Taurus is about grounding. Taurus is about your comfort, your senses, knowing how to hook up your life. I call it the luxuries. And I'm not talking about luxuries like, you buy yourself an expensive car or watch or whatever it is that's considered luxury. I'm talking about knowing yourself so well, knowing yourself and your comfort so well that you do what you got to do to make yourself comfortable. Whether it's, buying that bed that you sleep better in, or, purchasing clothing where the fabrics aren't made of, polyester and acrylic, because that cotton or linen or whatever it is that you like feels better on your skin. It's about purchasing that food, that better quality food, because you know that it's going in your body. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about luxury. It's about, actually having a subscription to Spotify and not listening to those annoying ads, because your ears and your senses deserve just the music. These are the little luxuries that I'm talking about when you know how to be strong in your Taurus. How are you hooking yourself up? And hopefully since 2018, you moved through this a lot and understood what suits you better. How are you more comfortable? What are your resources like? How are you asking for more money at your work? How are you making your daily routine more comfortable to be in alignment with what you need? Are you having that bigger breakfast? Are you making sure you eat before your blast off coffee? It's like these little things, right, that we have been working through. Now, all that said, when Uranus was finally done with Taurus, and I'm so curious if there's any other people out there that got one last wild card, because I sure did. One last Uranus wild card of like, and take that. You thought this was going to happen and it didn't. This is going to happen instead. That one last wild card. Tell me in the comments if that was you. I got one. Because now this big electric revolutionary energy is here to revolutionize the mind, the way that we see the world. Gemini is about our perceptions, our communication, our mind, our thought patterns. A mutable air sign is much easier for Uranus to come into and move with. In fact, Gemini is going to love it. This is going to be such an easier transit. The only downside or shadow side to this is being very busy in the brain, being overwhelmed, being overly analytical, being overly in the mind, thoughts, monkey mind, right? And this is why it's so important to remember to integrate everything you learned in Taurus, which is about embodiment, which is about grounding, because it's going to help you navigate this fast Uranian energy in the mind. Uranus is the liberator. Uranus is the one that breaks rules, patterns, things that are keeping you stuck. Uranus is here to liberate you. So wherever we're stuck in the mind, he's going to rewire so that we can see clearer. We can understand clearer. Maybe it's about opening the throat chakra, especially for my people who have Chiron and Gemini. This is very powerful for activating the message, the voice, the throat chakra. What do you want to say? It's giving you that extra courage and oomph to finally start that podcast, to finally do that public speech, to get up on stage and sing your song. This is about the vocals, right? Gemini is the vocals. So where else? This is about our networks, our communities. Who are we in relation to and with? How can we be better connected to the networks that we're meant to actually connect with and thrive with? This is going to put everything on like a faster trajectory, right? Ideas, downloads, right? Uranus is, again, the ruler of Aquarius, one of the rulers of Aquarius. Aquarius is the genius of the zodiac. Aquarius gets those brilliant, progressive ideas, and it's because of Uranus, Uranian energy. So we might be like, whoa, I never saw it like that before. Or, wow, I'm just seeing this new perspective. I'm understanding that I can approach this in a different way. Or I got a great idea, a great download. All of these things are going to be coming online while this transit is happening for 7 years. The ruler of Gemini is Mercury. Mercury is the messenger. Mercury is about communication of all kinds. This could be strengthening our communication, our connection to things outside of this earthly realm, right? How much more are we seeing, galactic beings and extraterrestrial beings, in contact with people, making themselves known, right? This is like, we're on the precipice of this being the reality, is that we're definitely not alone, never were. And how can we use this Uranian energy to communicate? It's pretty exciting. It's very exciting. So this is also going to be expanding, technology and AI and everything that we know as a form of communication now is going to rapidly get more advanced. Rapidly. So in all of this, the most important thing that I can think of is just remembering you're human, remembering your vessel, remembering your body, and to listen to your body and to ground and to get into nature and to hug trees and to walk barefoot and do whatever it is that helps you connect with the very thing that we're made of, right? We are spirit and we are energy and we come from a different place, but our physical vessel is of this earth plane, of this dimension. And so if our vessels are disconnected from this earth plane, then everything's disconnected. We want to remember that our sanity relies on our connection to the earth. So have an amazing Uranus and Gemini. I'm sure I'll be talking about it more. I just wanted to drop a couple of those little thoughts in here. And stay grounded and see you next time.